Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys with another Why Run podcast live. On this episode of the Why Run podcast, Rob and I brainstorm about how we can start changing the world. And we also connect with our higher selves and we show you how you guys can do it as well. So stay tuned. What's up, everyone? How's it going? What up, what up? You heard it. It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys alongside Just Rob.
Boo. Boo.
You keep saying that, but it's bullcrap.
It's too fast?
Hmm?
You said it's too fast? You want me to
It's
say it
too-
slower for the people in the back?
Oh my
Louder?
god. No.
Boo that guy.
They don't know what they're talking about. Nope.
It's fine. Oh, you
Yes,
said it
it
was
is.
bullcrap. My bad.
Yeah. What?
The ear cheese is contagious.
Oh no. No,
say
don't
that?
pick up my ear cheese.
Don't they say that phone sex leads to ear infections?
I don't know. Why don't you be googly and look it up?
Yes. I'll Google it.
I call him googly.
Googly.
I call him googly because he
Yep.
googles everything, and it's funny.
Yes. First we have a conversation, and then when it doesn't make sense, we Google it.
And he always makes me laugh with what he finds out. It's just like random stuff. You know what?
Yeah.
I did something the other day. Let me pull up my Google. And when you type in how to it says, like, it brings up, I'm not sure if it brings up all what people are searching for today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's asking, or you put in like how to something, and then right now it says how to screenshot on Windows, how to watch the Olympics 2024, how to get help in Windows, how to clear the cache, how to get help in Windows 11. Like, these aren't. Oh, here's one. Here's how to tie a tie. So let me ask you. I'm wondering if these search results are top search because of what happened to Microsoft. Is it still happening on Microsoft?
No, I think they fixed it. The top search. Are you there?
Yeah.
Did we lose you? Huh.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. We should ask Google. What's the top results for? Is that top search today? Is that top search overall? I think it's overall.
Yeah, because I'm not the one searching these things. I don't really search anything on Google. If I really want to know something, I go to YouTube to search how to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because search engines, they just bring up articles, blogs. It's I think I'm getting lazy. I'd rather have like a visual showing me how to do something, like a video, or like a podcast, like someone talking to me. Oh my god, I'm changing. I'm changing, people. Oh no.
When you do Google, do you use your phone or do you use the desktop?
I use my desktop. I
Because
don't
on the
like I
phone,
don't like doing stuff on my phone. Go ahead,
really?
baby. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like doing shit on my phone. I like doing it on the computer. I need the screen
Mm,
in my face, my entire face.
yeah.
What are you gonna
Because
say?
on the iPhone, when I search on Google, um, it's powered by AI now. So the top, like whatever it is that I'm searching, gives me a short description from AI. It's AI generated, but I don't know if it's like that for Android too, because I don't my Android I don't use it to search stuff.
You know what? I think my phone's like that too. Like yeah, it'll say like AI generated, or it
Mhm.
gives you like it brings up the original description, and then below that it'll say like AI description. And then
Yeah.
it'll say like this one's more recommended. And it's like of course it is,
Mhm.
because it's a fucking robot.
Right. You know, Amazon does that too. Like on the reviews, it gives you a short summary of all the reviews.
You know what? I think you know how I watch those, those fat girls, right, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Actually, people use the AI generator to get everything that they talked about in their videos, like in their vlogs or their live streams or whatever, because
Yeah.
people are keeping tabs on them, like they're keeping track of their lies and their delusions, and they're clickbaiting, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes these girls, they stream for hours just eating on camera and crying, and all of those things. So
Yeah.
people, they're like, oh, we're not going to sit through the entire hour or hours that they're doing this. So they'll I don't know if it's automatic or how they're receiving these AI descriptions, but it's so funny because the AI is so fucking true. Like it'll say like, oh, this fat girl is crying about so and so, and she's like talking about how many times she messed up on like her diet, or like that she's binging, like it really breaks it down in like a
Yeah.
paragraph. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. Like we don't have to sit and watch 5 hours of these stupid asses like crying and like scamming people. Like we could just go to the AI and it's telling us everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty clever. But I mean,
Is
I
that
don't
something
know.
that you said on YouTube or on Twitter?
No, it's on YouTube. Like because
Oh,
somebody will take a screenshot of the
yeah.
video that they're watching, and then at the bottom in a highlight
Yeah.
it says it says
Yeah.
AI description of this video, and then it'll say
You mean this entire time I could have had AI writing the description for the show?
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
actually,
I don't know how to do that.
I would have to use that chat GPT. Just give it
Oh my
keywords and it
god.
can. No, fuck all that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I
but
know, like,
it's even if you generate something, like if you were to put it into the generator, like, oh, generate this and this, you don't own that. So
yeah,
like it's your idea that you're pretty much handing over to a robot.
yeah.
So it's almost like, oh, if we generate this, you can't use it like in your own content, for instance. I don't know how true that is, but I would think that that's how that works.
Well, that's probably why it's like a copyright thing. That's why they have to credit the AI. I'm assuming that that's what they're
Yeah, I
doing.
would say right, do your own shit, because I mean, I don't know. I
I guess, I
just
mean, AI has its place and it does has its advantages and stuff. Like you said, nobody's gonna want to sit through 5 hours of them chicks just talking and eating and shit. So
mhm.
it kind of summarizes it for everyone that just wants to make fun of them or whatever, or watch them and and laugh at them. But yeah, I mean, to each their own. I don't want to give into AI yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was kind of noticing that it does say AI generated, and I'm like, does, does anybody else have anything to say? Is it just the robots telling me what to do? I'm like,
Mm.
how do you wash whatever? You know what I googled today, right now, like a little while ago,
But
because I saw it in a video. Somebody threw in the lid of their detergent into the little cup. They put it inside the washing machine, and I googled that. I was like, why do people put the lid inside the inside the washing machine? And I'm like, what the hell?
baby, I do
Uh,
that.
yeah, I saw that when I was over there, and I was like, oh, they probably dropped it in there, like it fell by accident.
No, it says on the cap or on the bottle that you can actually do that.
Yeah, but what's it for?
To get all the soap out of the cup so that when you so it doesn't cause buildup on the bottle.
Yeah, well,
Something about like bacteria that you don't.
yeah, that's what it says too. And I was like, what the like?
Yeah,
So
that's why when you
I
pull
don't
it
know.
out, like the plastic is like squeaky clean, like it's
Yeah,
all, there's no residue on it, and you could just put it back on the bottle.
yeah,
Hmm.
I guess I don't know. I've never read that on the cap. I was just like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because usually, like when I put the detergent into the washer, I kind of just wash the cup out with the water that's coming into the washer. I'm like, all right, cool, it's clean. But I don't know. I don't really pay attention to all that stuff.
You want me to show you? You want me to
Yeah,
show
sure.
you what else is not AI?
What?
Rob's pajama dress.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
If you take a
Yeah, I saw
look
that
at
in the
your
title.
screen, yeah.
I saw it on the title. I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about my pajama dress. Like
You should
Scrooge.
see Rob in this thing. He's like super cute, super sexy.
I put on a little cap too.
Yes, he does.
Don't lie to the people. I don't even have one yet, but I was thinking of getting one because I was telling you something that I guess kind of continuing from the cultural stuff. In
Hmm.
my culture, the women, and this is so weird. Like I didn't even know that it was an actual thing. I guess because outside of my culture, I haven't seen it in other people doing it. Because whatever. Anyways, the point is, so they walk around in these things that look like dresses. I always thought it was a dress. Like I don't know the difference between a dress, a muumuu, a pajama. I don't know any of that stuff. All I know is that they would wear these things with their little aprons on top, and then when visitors were coming to the house, they would change. And I was like, why are they changing? They got a dress on. But then they would change into their pajama one, and I'm like, what's the difference between that one and this one? But you don't ask. You're not supposed to ask these things. But nobody ever really explained it to me either. But my mom doesn't do that. My mom, she, I don't know. I don't know what it is. My mom doesn't like the traditional stuff. She's trying to get away from it. She's always tried to get away from all that stuff. You know how Mexican households have those clay pots or the clay dishes or the clay stuff in their kitchens? Yes,
Hmm.
no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, my mom doesn't have any. She's like, no, I don't like them. And like those, I don't know what they're called. Grills? No, cast iron, flat, whatever the hell. What are they? The ones for the tortillas, the comal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those. She has what is it called? The Teflon kind. I'm like, why don't we have a cast iron one? She's like, no, I don't like it. I'm like, why don't we have one like my aunt? She's got this huge one. She's like, no. Those little blue cups, I don't know if it's ceramic or metal, what the hell they are, but they're blue with spots. You've seen them, right?
Yeah, the white spots. They have
Yeah.
like the coffee, like a
Yeah.
coffee pitcher. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
She
metal.
doesn't like those either. I'm like,
Those are
why? Why
classics.
aren't why
His-
aren't we like other Mexicans? She's like, I don't like it. But yeah, she doesn't wear a muumuu or a dress or whatever those things are. So that's what I was telling you today, and I was like, oh shit! Like I know that. What's his name? It's Scrooge? No, it wasn't Scrooge, was it?
Yeah, you said Scrooge, Uncle Scrooge.
But is it though? Which one's the one from that movie that he gets shown what a life without him would be like or something?
Oh, Christmas Carol.
I guess I don't know. No,
Oh
because
my God,
isn't it like a cartoon? It's this short old guy. I
short
remember
old
watching the
guy.
cartoon.
Was he a duck?
No, I don't know. I know that in the ducks too. The fucking what the hell is it
I'm
called?
thinking of, yeah, I'm thinking
Ducktales.
about like, yeah, that's
I think
Mr.
on Ducktales.
Scrooge.
Okay,
Uncle
well
Scrooge,
him
Mr. Scrooge, yes.
when they were showing him and he was all walking around with his little pajama dress and with his little hat. I was like, oh,
Pajama
that's cool.
dress.
Is that what they wear?
Yeah, nightcap.
Yeah, but but okay. Here's another question. Do you
Mm,
wear that to bed, or is that just something you keep by your bedside in case you have to get up at night?
no, because you would wear a robe on top of your pajama dress.
Yeah, that's way too much. I just throw on some shorts and a
Yeah.
t-shirt. I don't know, but the convenience of just throwing on your little pajama dress on, you go to the restroom or wherever you need to go, come back to bed, throw that bitch on the floor. Like, babe, you left your dress on the floor. Yes, yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're convenient. But then I saw that they have buttons on the back. I'm like,
Buttons.
no. What if it comes undone? Like a hospital gown. I'm like, no, I don't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. That's what those remind me of, hospital
Yeah.
gowns. Hmm. But you wearing a hospital gown or a pajama dress, you look sexy, babe.
I might have to get one
Hmm.
just
Oh
to
yeah.
see,
Yes.
just to
Yes.
see if it's really convenient or not.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like it because you'll get twisted. Like it's gonna twist around your body because you flip around in bed. So like you go from
So I
laying on your
really,
back to like your belly. So like the pajama dress is just gonna wrap your body like saran wrap, and then you're gonna get uncomfortable, and then you're gonna be like, ah, fuck this shit, and then you're gonna like rip it off, and I'm gonna be like, yes, babe.
take it off in sleep at night.
Hmm. And the only thing that you'll have on is a nightcap. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Bye humbug to you, babe.
Oh yeah, you do have my Humbug hat at the house.
Yes, I do.
Remind me at some point in November to get the Grinch one.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna start looking for one now because I do want to get the Grinch one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, baby, I'm so tired.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
headache and my eyes are heavy. Yeah, just tired. Tired.
Uh, are you gonna be
You
able
sound
to
like it
rest
too.
or no?
I don't know, cause I mean, you know all the stuff that I gotta do, but I'm gonna try to. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a nap after the show. Who knows?
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah, it was kind of a rough ending of the night. It was a rough day
Mhm.
yesterday too.
Yeah, for you it was.
Mm, yeah.
Me, I was just floating around.
Mm.
I was like I was like one of those helium balloons.
Mm.
Yeah, like it bounces from fucking like wall to wall in slow motion, and then
Yeah.
like it gets lifted to the ceiling and then it just stays there. And that's how I was
Mm.
yesterday.
Shit. I was a live power line. That's what I was afraid of too. I was like, I don't know. I do want to talk to you, but I don't want to. I don't want you to feel what I'm feeling. 222, 222,
Oh my god! Oh
222,
my god! My god! My god!
222,
My god! Where? Where?
222.
Where?
Hey, hey, hurry,
Yes, I see
222.
it. Aww. Aww.
Yeah, but everything's okay, and it will be okay. So
Mhm.
we'll be fine.
So you want to
So
kick off the
changing the world.
cast?
I was gonna say, so changing the
No.
world, huh? How do we
Yes.
do that? What
Mm,
I was gonna say, what needs to change? Let's start with
man.
that.
I don't know. I'm too tired to think. I'll just follow you on this one. I'll just give like my little commentary.
Yeah, I'm not tired. I just feel like
Drained.
I guess I'm like it's too much. If I tell people just simple stuff, it's not that simple sometimes. And right
Where?
now I feel like normally I'm pretty positive, or at least I try and be positive. And even myself right now, I'm just like, fuck it,
Okay,
little
I have
bird.
something.
Okay.
Okay, to change the world. Um, I would say what I've been saying for the past couple episodes is be kind. Be kind to one another, treat each other with respect, acknowledge one another. That's one of them is I would say change your attitude about the world, change your attitude, like change how you see or like perceive the world instead of looking at things that are like all bad. Leave all that shit to me because that's my abilities, right? Like that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to look at the negative stuff. That's my ability, and I know you guys are probably like, what kind of fucking ability is that? Well, I'm gonna make slideshows, okay? So if you guys want to stick around for that, I'm gonna explain a few different types of healers or different types of abilities that people have, that whether they know it or not. But anyway, change how you see the world. Like try to see the goodness in things around you. Um, sometimes going out into nature will open up your spirit, and
Mm.
like take the time to look around. Like I would say, like put down your devices. Don't always sometimes we can get caught up on like like drama TV shows and things like that. Sometimes it's empowering, sometimes yeah, you learn from it, but at the same time it's kind of like, all right, like you need like a mental spiritual break, like you need something else for your soul. So I would say like get out into nature and see what it does for you. That way when you go back out into the world away from nature, you're rebooted, and your attitude might change in different situations or in different people. Another way that you can help change the world is, I would say, volunteer your time, whether it's at an animal shelter or even if it's like going to the dollar store. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like, oh, I want to do something good, I want to do something great, go to the dollar store, and I would say, pick out a few collars and leashes, There's like a few like pillows, there's like towels, there's like, like little doggy treats and toys and things like that, and then just donate it to the animal shelter, and then ask about their volunteer program. Like, how can you help? Like, all you're doing is going out walking dogs, or you're picking up their poop, or you're feeding them, giving them water, you're cleaning their kennels. Like you're spending time, like you're acknowledging these animals. you know um Another thing that can help too, but I mean, it's up to you guys in your situation, is, yeah, like adopt an animal, like, because animals, they can cleanse your spirit, and you're giving an animal a forever home, and the love that you have for your pet, they're obviously going to return that back to you. And sometimes we need to keep in a positive space. And let me tell you guys something. When I had my dog, I was a lot more happier. When she passed away, it just seemed like I was just this angry person. Like I don't recall being angry all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
I was my dog's purpose. She relied on me to feed her, walk her, and things like that. Like I feel like my purpose also was to take care of her. Like, if you ever feel like you want to feel or have a purpose, an animal can certainly bring that out in you, and you probably won't see the world as bad as it is, now. And I'm not saying like you're avoiding the issues, or all the bad shit that's going on in the world. It's just like sometimes it's too much of that it's actually going to bring down you and your spirit, and you're gonna fall into this depression, or you're just gonna, it's not a good place to be. But I would say, um yeah, adopt a pet, volunteer, whether it's volunteer at like a homeless shelter. Like, all you're doing is, like, yeah, you're like in the kitchen, you're just like dishwashing, you're just pressure washing the trays. Like, then you put them in the steamer so they're sanitized, and you're just preparing the food. You're just putting the food in on trays, or you're packing lunches for the homeless people. You're cleaning a cafeteria. It's not strenuous work, and you're only there for like 2-3 hours, and you're just helping out. You could volunteer at a food bank. You can do things for veterans, or there's a whole bunch of other things that you could do. You can even volunteer to pick up trash on the highways, because those things, they do cause accidents, and those little minimal things, they do take lives. So there's just a whole bunch of other things that I think that you could do to like save the world. If you're good at math, be a tutor for a child that doesn't understand math. And of course, along with that comes like patience and things like that. But if you believe in children and you want to help, and that, I think that would help, like, just like it's spreading, like it's getting bigger and better all the time, the more that you do it. And not only are you helping the world, but you're helping yourself. Like, you're like, be the change that you want to see. Anything you want to add, babe?
Um, I think people are just stuck right now and thinking like, how am I gonna change the world when I'm still dealing with my own stuff? How do I get out of my own mind and my depression or whatever people are dealing with? And like you said, all of those things do help you in the long run. But I think taking the first step and change, helping yourself change your mindset. And I think getting into like the second part of this is connecting with yourself, your higher self. What does that mean? I think it means to connect with your spirit, connects with your soul. and that would give you purpose because we all have a purpose, and it's not the same thing for everyone. Like I know that people think like who am I, or if I'm not saving lives, then what's what's my purpose? Like they feel like they're inferior to people that are, like I said, saving lives. But if you look at a hospital, and Adi and I were talking about this the other night, if you look at a hospital doesn't function without the receptionists and without the nurses and without the I don't remember what they're called, but the ones that prep the ORs and the people that clean, the people that do the data entries, the people that come out and get the patients. Like it doesn't function without any of them, because the I guess people look at it like, oh, the only one saving the life is the doctor, the one who's operating, but he can't do any of that stuff if he has to run and go get the patient from outside, meet the ambulance, right? He goes and gets the patient. By the time that he gets to the OR, he's not prepared, so he can't do his job without the help of all those other people. So you don't have to be the person saving a life. You could be somebody helping, being in the chain of command, and all that starts with understanding yourself. And I feel like the reason why this whole topic of changing the world came up was because we were talking about the past shows. And I was like, I want to implement spiritual spirituality into the modern world, because I feel like that's what's missing. That's the reason why everything is the way it is. All the bad stuff going around, like we're being desensitized. Like we're looking for bad things to happen. We're looking for um we go online and that's all we see. We turn on the TV and that's all we see. Like we can't even enjoy sports without some kind of controversy anymore. Like I don't know if you guys saw that in the Olympics. There was a boxing match where it was a guy and a girl and they were fighting, and it's like, fuck, that's that's sensationalism. That's what's how they said before, sex sells, and they used to sexualize everything. Now it's like controversy sells. That's what keeps people engaged, and all of that stuff makes, when I watch something negative, it puts me in a negative space the rest of the day. If I didn't know how to cleanse myself or how to focus on other things, I would just be fucked all day, every day. It would be the same thing. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are. And I feel like in order to change that, to change our world, we have to change ourselves. And like I said, bringing it all the way back is connecting with your higher self, understanding who you are and what your purpose in this life is. And don't think that even if you're just like the door monitor somewhere, that's still a purpose. Don't make yourself feel less than others because that's all you're doing. Like Ari was saying about the animal shelters, there's so many things that you can help do there. Like I think the most fulfilling place to work at is like a old folks home, because or a hospice, because you get a chance to talk to people that are either like they're on their way out, and there's so much wisdom there and there's so much knowledge there, and you can learn from that, and then you can share that to other people, and then it helps you too. Like you know how many stories of older people that are like, man, I'm never gonna regret the time that I spent with my family. The one thing that I regret the most is working so hard to make money, to make material things, to keep, like I'm not, that's not my happiness. My happiness is like the moments that I got to spend with my family. That's also one of the biggest regrets, is not spending time with their families. And if that can help people focus on what's really important, that can be the beginning to change. I don't like, I'm not delusional. I know that we're never gonna have world peace. We're never gonna be 100% happy, because that's not what Earth is for. I think Earth is either it can be either hell or heaven, right? It's a place where we come to experience both. It's but even in the negativity, we can still find light. We can still find purpose. And I feel like for the people that are stuck, that feel like there's no hope and there's no change, those are the people that I want to focus on. Those are the people that all of this stuff is for. And I want people to understand that there is still hope. I have hope for you. I'm still hopeful. Like even in my, I started the show with saying that I felt lost. I felt down. But just talking about like trying to keep hope for others is giving me hope. It's making me want to like get out there and do something, not just talk about it. And and then I tell myself, well, I don't have. You know what? You were talking about volunteering with animals.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to do that. I want to go to a shelter, but I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna fall in love with all the animals, and then I'm gonna want to bring them home, and they're gonna die. Then I'm gonna be sad.
Stop.
That's what I can't get past is losing a pet. Otherwise, I would have all kinds of animals.
Yeah.
But I'm still hopeful that change is possible and that it'll come.
It
I
is
just
possible because it does start with us. Like we're the ones that have to make the moves. Like I know you talk about like, finding your finding and using your higher self. But sometimes people can't find it because um hold on, sorry. Um they can't find it unless they go out and do something. So it's almost like, okay, like you want to find a purpose or whatever. um yeah, you can sit with yourself and like meditate and think about it, and try to learn yourself and all of that, but sometimes people don't know, they don't get to it. I don't want to say like quick enough, but sometimes people don't reach that part of knowing themselves until they start doing stuff, because that's how you can determine on, let's say for instance, like trying to find a career, like you discovering what you like to do, and
mm,
sometimes it includes money, but I think the most joys and of doing something and discovering yourself is sometimes it doesn't take money, like for like you're not doing it for the money, like you're doing it
yeah,
because you purely enjoy it, and then once you get to that point, then you're just like, oh my gosh, I am so meant to do this. And no matter what it is, you are benefiting towards a better world, a better life for somebody, because you know how it's almost like in a metaphor, like, oh, changing the world. And here, like us, of course, we're thinking like the entire world, like how can we have, or reach world peace. And like Rob said, I know that we're not going to get there, but you can change someone else's entire world, their
yeah,
entire, like the rest of their life. Like how are you, like the goal, I would say, is try to impact someone else's life in a positive way. I would say it in that way. And I don't want to say like other than the world, because that's the goal, that should always be the goal. But I would say like try to do something, like, because if you're stuck on trying to like, oh, I've tried everything, I've tried meditating, I tried doing this, I tried doing that, and I just want to find my purpose, I want to find some kind of peace, and I've just been on this spiritual journey, for days, weeks, months, years, and I still can't find it. Well, maybe it's out there. It's in a different like it's gonna come to you in a different way. Like, yeah, you can do all of these things, read books and listen to audiobooks, podcasts, and read memes and things like that, but you just can't, you can't get over that lip, like you, like that lip is holding you back from
Mm-hmm.
discovering that. So that's why I say you gotta get out there, because I would say that's one of the ways that you could find your true purpose. And once you go out there and you go to those animal shelters, or you go to an old folks home, you're doing all of these things, right? And whether it's your first day, your second day, or your first week, that's when you would have a lot more to talk about when you sit down with yourself and you talk about it with yourself. You're going through all these feelings and emotions and the memories, and like you're taking in all of these things, and then the question comes to you, like, is this something that you want to do for the rest of your life? Is this something that you feel is your spiritual purpose? Like, this is your path? Or and to me, like, I think that's the most, like, if you want to do like a giant jump cut, right? And I'm not saying like all of what Rob's saying, like to find your spirit and all of those things. That's gonna come either way. Like, whether you sit with yourself longer, or you go out and do something and get something quicker. Sometimes it may not come quick. Like, sometimes it's gonna have to take, like, or like give you a little bit of a push, depending on where you place yourself at these volunteer places. So it's almost like, okay, like, I'm gonna be at the old folks home, and if something happens with the patient, what are you gonna do? Is this something that you're gonna be able to handle every time it happens in an old folks home? Like, what is gonna be your duty? Like, are you gonna have more compassion for these people, or it's gonna be, or it's gonna scare you away? So that's where it's gonna grab you. It's gonna be like, okay, well, you did good. You put smiles on people's faces. You made people feel safe. People can come to you, and if you have the feeling of, oh, I can't let these people down, like, I have to be here, these people need me, then I would say that's just a part of your path, a part of your journey, up until it gets too much for you. At least, like what you want to do is you want to contribute something. You want to leave something behind for the people, for your community, and you want to have something back for yourself. You have to pay yourself. You have to pay yourself something, because if you don't, then yeah, you're going to be even more upset.
Yeah, that's why I was. Well, when I say connect to your higher self, is so that you stay grounded, so that when you do go out there and people disappoint you, because that's gonna happen too. You don't give up. You understand that, you know, regardless, because again, we're all broken, or not broken. We're all bent. We're all trained. We're all. There's always something wrong with all of us that keeps us from being kind to everyone all the time. Life happens, things happen, negative things happen. Sometimes we're just like, ah, fuck it. I'll be an asshole because someone was being an asshole to me. And when you go out there with good intentions and then you come across someone that's in a bitter state, it's easy for them to bring you down. And connecting to your higher self, however you choose to do that, will keep you from untethering yourself from yourself. So you will always remain connected to yourself. You always remain um, grounded with yourself. So it's hard for people to change who you are if you know who you are, if you're connected with yourself. Because, like I said, the world can fucking change people. It can make people, it can destroy the happiest of people because life is hard. But when you understand who you are and you're connected to yourself, then it's harder for the world to change you. So I don't know if you want to give examples on how to connect with your higher self or what even the higher self is. Because I know it's different for a lot of people. I know that for me, my higher self is the spiritual part. So when modern day problems happen, I always connect with my spiritual self, and it all kind of settles in and settles down.
You don't want to give them pointers?
Um, well, the quickest way for me to do it, and that but getting to that was the part that I had issues with because I never thought that I would be able to meditate because I'm an overthinker. So me silencing my mind was almost impossible to do, or at least I thought it was until I tried it. Until I really focused, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try and meditate, and then it just came naturally. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I would say try and start with meditating. And I don't mean like go to the top of the biggest mountain and sit there and like, you know, cross your legs and do the whole thing. You could do it in your bedroom. You could do it in the shower. But that will connect you to your higher self. Your higher self to me, like I said, is your spiritual side. Your spirit. So I would say try and start with meditation, and if your mind can't stop and you really can't focus, even if it's like for a minute or 2 minutes, and just be in silence with yourself, then journal. Put all those thoughts and feelings on paper, and then it'll get easier. So, like I said, if you can't control your mind, then put it on paper. And if you can't put it on paper or control your mind, then just control your breathing. Be intentional with your breaths. Look up, there's, I'm sure there's videos and apps on intentional breathing, but just controlling your breaths and learning how to breathe, it'll settle you down to where you probably can meditate.
Mm-hmm.
You there?
Yeah, let me give one tip of mine. Eating.
You said what?
Eating.
Eating?
Yes. Because you know that I set food aside for my spirits. Um, and I'm not talking like I'm eating my feelings, okay? Like that's something
Alright.
completely different. I'm not talking binge eating or anything like that. Like I'm talking like you sharing a meal with the higher beings, like your higher self too, because you have to feed your universe. You have to feed, like your guides, your spirit, your angels, so to speak. You're sharing a meal with them, and uh it's like you're sharing. It's like a conversation without speaking, because whatever it is that you're feeling as you're eating, or like whatever's on your mind, it's just a light, polite conversation. Even if you feel sad or angry, or you have a lot of worry on your mind, that's just another way of getting it out and sharing with the spirits, like almost like well, it is a prayer of things that you need help with, or you need guidance with. Sometimes I share a meal just because I'm happy. Like I'm happy, and it's just like, oh, I have this donut, or I have this sippy here, and I want to share it because I accomplished something. Everything that you give to yourself, you gotta give the courtesy back in return. It's just appreciation. It's just being thoughtful, and being mindful that they are there, because they are. they are there, and that's what you're acknowledging their presence. You feel their presence, and you're not gonna eat something in front of them without offering them anything, offering them a bite or a piece, or like that. That's something that I do to connect and to recenter myself, or to be like, okay, I need to get back on track. Like, what the hell is going on? That's just one of the ways. Sometimes it doesn't always work, only because I don't eat my feelings. When I'm really angry, I don't fire back and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna eat that whole bucket of ice cream in there because I'm so fucking pissed. Like, I don't get mad like that. Like, I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I feel like, you know what, I did a lot today. Like, it was a bit stressful, and I'm gonna enjoy a meal. I'm not like, oh my god, it was so fucking stressful. Like, I'm just gonna eat whatever the fuck I want. And it wouldn't work even if I tried. Not because, of portion control, or I'm overeating, but it's just like, yeah, you could try to eat your feelings, but it won't work, because your spirit isn't going to allow you to hurt yourself in that way. So it'll look out for you, and it'll be like, okay, we're not eating anymore, or I'm gonna make you throw up, because this isn't your not neglecting, like you're disrespecting food, because food itself is an entity as well. So you have to treat your body, your mind, your food, your guides. You have to treat everything with respect, even when you put things in your mouth, because it's not right when you do it the wrong way. That's a spiritual thing. So that's just one of the things that I do. And another thing that I'm going to say really quickly is, I don't want to say I go out to nature, but I go to places of prayer for me. There's a canyon, sometimes there's like a tree, sometimes it's the forest, sometimes it's just wherever I'm being called to. That's where I'm going to go. And I don't want to drag this out too long, baby, because I know you got to go
Okay.
very shortly.
Yeah.
See, I feel like
Like you
this
said.
is one of those topics that's going to need like a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, a part 5.
Yeah, I was about to say that, like you said before, these conversations are not just a one-time thing. It's something that we have to keep talking about. It's something that you and I keep practicing. It's not like like I'm not a master of anything. I'm still doing these things. I still feel at the spiritual stuff. Like you were talking about the feeding, I did start doing that, and then I don't want to say that I fell off, but I feel like it changed for me. I do still do the prayer. I do still share food with them, but I don't do the setting food aside anymore. And I feel like it works for me. I feel like it's okay to do that still. Um, but if it changes, then it changes, and I'll adapt. But like you said, it is something that is continuous, and it's gonna keep having to be done, and it will change, and it will either. Sometimes you do get tired. At least I do. I get tired of the routine of things. When even in prayer, like when I go pray, if it becomes or feels like it's a chore, or it feels like I'm just doing it to do it, then I stop myself and I regroup, and again I connect with my higher self, and I'm like, okay, you have to remember the reason why we're doing this. There's a reason for all of this, and reminding myself of that reason and recentering myself, then I start over, and it helps. It does fix a lot of my problems, but I do have to get ready to go, and this is something that we're gonna continue talking about. I did that list that we read off last week. I did add some more stuff to it. It has to do with cleansing our space, and then I was gonna start a whole third section on how to feed and feed for for your spirits and your guides. But I feel like that's more you. So
Hmm.
the list is there. I don't know if you want to start it or what, but so the list that we have, I'm gonna try and post the other one, the first part, the one that we already talked about on Twitter or X, whatever, so that people can read it and get a feel for it. And then we're gonna work on the presentation and make it all beautiful and stuff for everybody.
Yeah,
But
like
so far,
something that's easy to read and something easy to follow.
yeah, because I
Hmm.
know that people might hear this and be like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff, and it seems and it feels overwhelming, but it gets easier, and once you start doing it, it comes naturally.
Hmm.
Yeah, you might need a guide, you might need to talk to someone, or you might need, like I said, that manual or list that we're putting together, but those are just those aren't hard lines that you have to follow. Those are just guides to if you do lose
It's a
yourself
lot
and
of repetition.
bring yourself back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
So
repetition, staying focused.
yeah.
It's just adding it to your life. But
Mhm.
thank you, baby, so much for joining me on panel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, baby. And give me a call
Okay.
when you're done.
When I'm done. All right, baby. Well, I'll talk to you in a bit.
Okay, baby. I'll
All
be waiting.
right. Okay.
Okay. Bye, baby.
Bye, babe.
And that was Jish Rap. So, another thing that I want to add before I end this episode is that um, don't don't feel like you're gonna be missing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we are making presentations, we are getting some things together. That way, it is easier for you guys to take along with you. Something that you could practice and practice your focus and all of those things. These things are important. We're not just saying these things just to say it. Like, we do these things every single day, and I don't want to say that we hold each other accountable, but it's this is our lifestyle that we are doing together. I mean, even like way before uh Rob and I even met, we were doing these things already. And I could get into, like, my story and all of that, which we might do. Well, I'll talk to Rob and see if we can, like, do like a little, like, introduction of who we are, and I'm pretty sure we'll put them in the presentations too and everything, just so that you guys know, like what our abilities are, and things like that. Just like what I mentioned earlier, like, what, you guys look at the positives in the world. I'll look at the negatives, because it is my ability. And again, we'll get into that in another future episode, presentation, whatever. But don't be afraid to try. There's a lot of healers out there, a lot of great healers, and I don't want you guys to, we're not trying to put it out there like, oh, we're the best, and we're the only ones, and come to us. Like, we're not saying that. It's just, we're just here to guide you on how you guys can amplify that within yourself, for yourself, for your family, and for your community. That's all we're trying to do. So, yeah, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got some takeaways. And try to include those things in your life. Maybe write it down. Maybe write down a few things that maybe you'd like to try, um, and just write down what you want it to do for you. Like, if you want to be like a stronger person, like if you want to be a more focused person, like, write those things down of what you want to be, what you want to change, and then try to find an activity that you think that would help with that, and drop it in a comment, share it with us. And we like to see it. And cheer you on. All right. So that is it for this episode. If you're listening to the live stream, thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And we will check you guys in the next Why Run podcast live. Peace.